right, so the basic parts of the compass are what? We have the what some people call the dog. I don't know if you see that red arrow. That's the direction of go. So some people call it dog because it's easier. So look, turn any way you want to, Sawyer. Any way you want, turn. All right, so look. So his direction of go is going to be that way, right? Wherever that's pointed. Now, I do like how Sawyer's holding it out in front of him flat, because you don't want to hold it up. You want to hold it nice and flat. All right, I actually drew it on paper right here to make it a little easier to see. Direction of go. So wherever you point your compass, wherever that's facing, that's the direction of go, right? So that way, this way, whichever way you turn it is the direction of go. Next, you have your dial right here. Your dial spins, it's made to spin. And on the dial, you have your different directions, your different degrees. I drew it on here as well, so you can see the different degrees and directions that are on the compass. This is what they call a base plate compass. It's one of the most simple compasses that you can use. This is Santo from Finland. They're really good compasses. The red needle's right here, and I got it right here on this one. Your red needle is going to point towards magnetic north. So we call this needle right here red Fred, right? So how do you make this compass work? You put red in the shed. You see this piece right here? Right here. That's the shed. It looks like a shed. I'll put it over the paper. So it looks like a shed, and I did it on this one too. So it looks like a shed. When red is in the shed, like in that example, and it's lined up with the direction of go, that's the direction that you're going to go in. So for example, if we want to go to, if I want to know what way this is, what way are we pointing right now, I've got to move this dial until red is in the shed, right? So let's move this dial until the red is actually in the shed. So now that we see red is in the shed, we know that this direction is 200 degrees, which is almost south, a little off of south. Let's try to find out, let's see if we want to find out east direction. So I'm going to spin this dial until the E, which is east right here, is lined up with the hash mark for my direction of go. Right, so there's a hash mark right here. I want to line that up with east so that I can go that way. But look, red is not in the shed. What do I need to do to get red in the shed? I'm going to hold the compass out in front of me. Let me stand up. I've been sitting. Stand up. And now I'm going to turn my whole body until red is in the shed. Oop. Now that red is in the shed, my direction for east is this way, and we can start walking that way. What if we want to find north? Well, north, we're going to turn this until north is lined up with the dial. So there's my direction to go. North is there, but red is not in the shed. So now we need to turn until we get red in the shed. Now red is in the shed, and we know that north is going to be that way. What if we're going somewhere, for instance, we're walking this way, and we want to know what this way is. I don't know what direction I'm going. Well, now all I need to do is I need to put red in the shed. So I'm going to move the red shed until it's lined up. All right, once red is in the shed, now I know that our direction of travel that we've been walking, that we were wondering about, is about 150 degrees. All right, so that's almost in between south and east. So we're going like a south-southeast direction if we go that way. That's very simple way to know where you're going on a compass. So now you should know the basics of how to work a compass. Sawyer, what you got?
It's pretty neat and useful. You can, if you're trapped in the woods, you're definitely going to want this. Definitely.
Always bring a compass.